Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Wavelength Wednesdays. My name is Waveney, I'm your host, and every week I bring you tips and strategies that are geared towards connecting, inspiring, and influencing you to being the best in your career. So, I have a question for you this week. What's more important? Is it the company that you work for or you? Which is more important? I'm waiting. I'll assume that you've answered at this point. And so this week, the topic is about work-life balance. And this week, I thought that I would share 3 strategies with you that can help you move you along that path of achieving that. Now, the world has changed. I know. You're probably tired or sick and tired and fed up of hearing it, but it is the truth. It has changed. And if we were living in a world previously where the stress levels were between 1 and 100, right now it's about 500. Would you agree? It's about 500. And so we've got to learn, unfortunately, to live in this new normal, as everybody keeps referring to it as. We've got to learn how to adapt and adjust, and we can do it. Sometimes the challenge is the fact that we are creatures of habit, and because we've been just going along this path and doing the same old things for so long, we need a little bit of a help. And so today I'm going to explore that. So the new normal that everybody is speaking about isn't just about social distancing, wearing masks, washing your hands while singing the birthday song, make sure you wash your hand for 20 seconds. It's not just about less contact, more stuff going online, more digital, more technology. The new normal, yes, it encompasses all of that, but it also encompasses work-life balance. And this is something that I'm not sure that many of us have thought about. So up until this point, you may have been a workaholic like me. You may have been just, going along your merry way. You're passionate about your job. You're into your career. It's all that. You're fully engaged, but then COVID put this big red stop on it. And so we cannot, because the world has gotten more stressful, this environment has gotten more stressful, we cannot function the way that we have been functioning before. For example, like me, when we had all these lockdowns and shut-ins and all that, I realized how tired I was. I don't know if this is true for you. When you slow down, sometimes you realize how tired you are. Even when you go on vacation, you realize, like, maybe the first few days of your vacation you can't really do anything because your body is so tired, and that's a great time to rest. So how do we achieve this work-life balance in this new norm? So I have 3 strategies, three tips to help us along that path. 3 things for you to consider. So the first thing is you really need to get organized. And so you may have heard this a million trillion times, but you really need to get organized. So getting organized means being intentional with planning your days, being intentional with planning your days or your weeks, or let's start with your day. So you get to work, and the first few minutes should be spent plotting out what your day is. If you are maybe your work depends on someone else, maybe going to them, finding out, but the first few minutes should be spent being intentional about planning your day. And here's why this is important. This is important so that you're not stuck at work late, working overtime unnecessarily. Okay, You want to get the things that are required, the things that are important. You want to get those done, and this is the reason why you have to be intentional. You don't want in this new normal to be spending all your time at work. You don't want to do that. Okay, like I said, the world has gotten more stressful and we need a balance. So I feel like getting organized is really, really critical and really key. So up until this point, if you're not organized, really think about it. Start tomorrow. Just start and just be intentional about planning your day. The other thing too, before I move on with that, is you focus on one task at a time. So I made a post the other day about productivity and about multitasking. And multitasking was this buzzword that came up, and everybody thought if you were doing a trillion things at all at once, it made you super busy, it made you super productive, you were a superstar. That's nonsense, that's rubbish. It does not work. So focus on one thing at a time. Okay? The second thing is set clear boundaries. Set clear boundaries. And what I mean is, some of us have work emails and we have those on our phones. I'm talking about your personal phone. I'm not talking about the company's phone. Some of us, like me, I had I could access my work email and certain documents from my personal computer. That's done away with. Make a clear distinction about what is for home and what is for work. Okay, so we have to set clear boundaries. Otherwise, what you will find happening is you're going to find yourself working, checking emails and all that stuff. The other thing too is honor your days off. Now, some of us on our days off, we tend to do work, we tend to do going to the office. If you can help it, if you don't have to, then don't go into the office. And you know, I'm a person that I'm about, you know, development, career progression. I'm all for that. But I also recognize that this is a different type of world that we're living in, and we need the time to rest and recoup, even, you know, even more than ever. Right now in my country, in my federation, St. Kitts and Nevis, our borders haven't been opened. And so we have, I think right now we have like 2 cases of COVID, but these people are in isolation and nobody's really worrying. So then restaurants are open and bars are open. But when I have to think about the fact when the borders are open, it gives me a scare. It gives me, I know they have to open, but it gives me like, oh my God, right? And this is the world that we're going to be living in, because as long as our borders remain open, as long as we interact with people, and if they don't find a vaccine anytime soon, we're going to have that added level of stress. And if you're somebody who loves to listen to news and all the gloom and doom and this study and that study and what Dr. What's his name, Fauci is saying, I don't even know if I pronounce his name correctly, then you're going to be, that's additional stress. And so my job here today is to just give you 3 simple things to eliminate that. Throw into the mix your job. Okay, so you don't need all that stress. So honor your days off and try to do something great for yourself on your days off. So set clear boundaries. The third and final thing is keep your personal commitments. Keep the personal commitments to yourself. So every day we show up to work, we show up on time, we show up fully engaged. You know, our employer gets the best of us, but we don't show up for ourselves. We're supposed to start the gym. We don't start the gym. We're supposed to go to exercise. We don't go exercising. We make, you know, we're tired. We're this. We're supposed to hang out with our friends. We keep saying, giving them some runaround excuses. We have kids. We're supposed to go to the movies with them. We can't do it. We have to honor our personal commitments to ourselves. We have to honor to ourselves and to the persons in our lives that the persons who are important in our lives, right? So honor those commitments to yourself, right? And to your friends and your family. And that's it, really. Those 3 simple tips that will keep you in alignment, those 3 simple tips that will keep you in check and will keep that balance of work and life. And here's the thing, we spend 8 hours or more, depending on you know what your work time is. We spend 8 hours or more at work. That's more time than we spend with our family. So I think that it really we really should honor the time that we have and really make that distinction, especially in this new normal that we're going into. And so I want to share something with you, a product of mine. If you are interested in having a journal to write your personal commitments to yourself, this journal will keep you on track. It's the you are what you think, you become what you think, and this is something positive, reminding you have to be careful what you put inside your head. So hit me up if you need a journal. And so let me know if you have any comments, concerns, questions. I'd really love to hear from you. And if you would love to be coached by me, please send me an email at hellowaveney@thepeople'sbrand.com, or send me a WhatsApp at 663-3356. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you next week. And don't forget, you need to implement these tips. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.